Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna do a video of my Hot Wheels collection. So actually, just a bit of background. I have been collecting die-cast cars for a few years, but I've always not collected Hot Wheels because I think they were mostly fantasy castings. The licensed castings I don't think were detailed well enough to my liking. So I've collected mostly other brands of die-cast cars. But I think recently when I looked at Hot Wheels, I think the castings were really interesting, especially some of the fantasy castings that I was looking at. They were really cool. And even some of the licensed castings I thought were actually really quite well detailed. And that's why over the past few weeks I've been just buying Hot Wheels. And so today I'm just going to share them with you and just tell you why I like some of the Hot Wheels that I've bought. I have about 30 of them. And yeah, so let's just go through what I have. So first is the Slide Burn. So starting off with a fantasy casting. Again, as I mentioned, I tend to like licensed castings. But this one is just really cool. With the exposed engine at the front. It's a very muscle car look. Nice details at the front end. Nice details on the hood. Right. Nice wheels. I really like the long hood. I think that's really nice. Nice bag as well. Right. So I think as a fantasy casting, this one's really nice and was really what convinced me to kind of get into Hot Wheels. Yeah, so it's the Slide Burn. On the second one, another fantasy casting, which I thought, looked really awesome. It's the Power Rocket, right? So the Power Rocket, well, it's a rocket, right? It has two rocket engines, and it just looks really fast, really cool. I like the transparent top, right? So that's the beauty of fantasy castings, is that you really won't see this in licensed castings, and so I think it's really something different, something interesting with a orange base. Yeah, so I think this is a very classic Hot Wheels fantasy casting, and I really like it. Right, it looks super fast. Okay, the next one, I'm going with a licensed casting over here. This is the Ford Raptor, I think, right? Yeah, the Ford Raptor. Really like it. I like it because it's big, right? It's raised. It has nice decals. Like what I mentioned, I think I avoided Hot Wheels for a while because I thought that the front end and the back end lacked details some of the time. But I think this one, they were done quite well with the painted headlights and the tail lights. You can see the Ford logo. Nice rear windows, and the sunroof, right? So I think this one is really detailed, really chunky. It's raised, it's tall. It's really really nice looking, right? So that's the Ford Raptor. Next one, another licensed casting, is the Porsche, right? The Porsche 928S. Okay, so this one, I really like the headlights, right? The plastic headlights, right? That even Tomica, sometimes they don't have plastic headlights, right? You might have to go into the premium Tomica to get the plastic headlights, but this one has it. I don't know if it's part of the window, the windshield, but nevertheless, it's really nice. And yeah, you can see the details, right? Plastic headlights, simple decal at the back as well, right? So that's, I think it should be part of the glass, the plastic windshield. So the back as well, so really nice. The back and the front, plastic headlights, plastic tail lights. really nice. The sunroof is there's nothing there, right? But really nice details. Okay, really like it. Next one, I will go with a fantasy casting. It's the Hoto Roto, right? This is a hot rod. I really like this one. It just looks, it's very long, right? It just looks very aggressive, very mean. Look at the ridiculous engines on both sides, right? Nice hot rod racing look. I don't even know what this is, but it just looks cool. I like that the wheels are different. You know, the front and the back, the size is different, the style is different. And that's something that other brands, you know, they might just use very generic wheels. But this one is really quite nice, right? So that's the Hoto Roto. Next one, I got this the Lotus Type 49 from 1967. So it's a race car. I don't really know much about this one, but it just has a very historical look, right? I think it looks really cool. You know, it's something unique, and I think what Hot Wheels can offer is really very unique castings, right? Besides the fantasy castings, they just do lots of other castings as well. So it's a nice nice logo, right? The nice details, Team Lotus. Nice engine in the chrome. Yeah, so really like this one. The next one, okay, this is actually the first ever Hot Wheels that I bought a few years ago, and that's the reason why I think I have that impression about Hot Wheels, because if you see the headlights, right, it's totally undetailed, and you know, I appreciate the details. So I thought that, you know, Hot Wheels is really not really for me. It's the Dodge Viper. But now I think, you know, based on the other castings that I've shown and the other castings that I'm going to show, Hot Wheels actually do have some really nice castings that are well detailed. They're very beautiful. I think this one, I like the style. It's just the details are really lacking. But I think, you know, nice convertible. It's not bad, right? The Dodge Viper. Okay, moving on. Okay, something interesting. The Disney Steamboat, right? The Steamboat Willie ship. I think, you know, just super unique. Quite funny. I really like the texture on the deck. Quite a lot of interesting small details as well. You know, the wheels. I think the wheel, yeah, there's only just one wheel at the bottom, and it turns the two wheels at the side, which is really quite funny, quite interesting. I like this one. Okay, the next one, something in a similar vein, right? The sushi tuna, just a piece of sashimi. I thought it was really quite funny as well. I know that a lot of people don't really like this casting because it's a bit ridiculous. You know, I just thought that it's something different. I really like sashimi. Right, this looks like a piece of tuna. So, you know, it is ridiculous, but I think it's in a good way. Something unique, something that brings a smile to my face when I look at it, right? Just a piece of sashimi on wheels. I think it's cool. Okay, the next one is a custom Cadillac. So this Cadillac, really interesting decals, right? Very aggressive decals. With an, I don't know what this is. Is that a bicycle at the back? You know, it's quite nice with the chrome, a lot of chrome, right? Nice sort of truck, right? And you can see that the wheels at the back are sort of more covered. I think that's an interesting part of this custom Cadillac. It's just very shiny, right? Shiny, looks pretty aggressive for a truck, right? Like it. Okay, the next one is a very classic Hot Wheels casting, the Roger Dodger. Right, the Roger Dodger. I like this side exhaust. It's not something that I've really seen in real life, but it's really cool with the huge engine at the front that will probably obstruct the driver's view, right? But that's okay because it's so cool with the flames deco as well, and the white. I like the white. Now this is the one where I think the front and back details are a bit lacking, right? Which is a shame, but you know, I would have much preferred it if they would have painted the front and the back, or done some kind of plastic for the headlights or tail lights. But nevertheless, still looks really good, right? With the green windscreen, right? It's really nice. Okay, the next one. This one's really nice, license casting, right? It's the Dodge Viper, right? It's the Dodge Viper GTS. So another Dodge Viper, but this one, right, as compared to the previous one, it's much more detailed, right? This Dodge Viper is much more detailed. This is the one that I bought more recently. This is the one I bought just many years ago. Look at the headlights, the details on the headlights, right? And the details on the hood as well. Look at the plastic on the hood over here, and look at the vents, right? So much more detailed. Very nice striping. So just much nicer. Look at the back. Isn't that so detailed as compared to this one, where it's totally blank, right? So really nice. This one, when I saw it, I thought the details were really nice, at the front and back. I mean, there's no decals at the side, but you know, that's fine. I think it's a really nice looking Dodge Viper. Okay, the next one is another license casting. This is the Mercedes, I think the Mercedes 500E. And again, this one, very simple casting with nothing at the sides. It's just the front and the back. They are very well detailed, right? Look at that. Nice painted on headlights. And tail lights and logo as well, right? The Hot Wheels. So really nice, really detailed front and back. Just a nice, simple, classic Mercedes casting, right? So this is the kind of casting that I gravitated towards, you know, that I've always gravitated towards. And I think Hot Wheels really did a good job over here. The next one, fantasy casting, quite ridiculous, but that was what really caught my eye, and that is the Hot Wings. So again with the side exhaust, right? The side exhaust and a bottle of hot sauce, some sort of Chinese brand hot sauce. It's really nice. I mean, look at the tongue. There is a is in the shape of the Hot Wheels logo. Really interesting casting. It's basically a bottle of hot sauce on wheels, right? I mean, you don't get this with other brands for sure, right? Nice wheels that go with the kind of the hot sauce theme. So really interesting. I know people don't really like this one, but I thought it was really interesting and was what drew me in to Hot Wheels as well. Some of the very interesting out there sort of castings. Okay, another licensed casting now, right? The Maserati Shamal. Now this one is very, very simple, but I think it was done quite well as well. Look at the top, right? Really nice, different textures. The front end is a little bit of a different texture as well. If you look closely, the nice logo that was actually done quite detailed. The nice back, right, with plastic for the back, right? So plastic. I think it should be the same material as the windshield. So really quite nice, even though it's very monochromatic, right? But really nice. See, look at the hood. There's some details on the hood as well. That's pretty nice. Let me just try to focus on. Yeah. So the Maserati Shamal, quite a nice nice casting. It's not a Maserati that most people know, but yeah. Okay, now for another fantasy casting that is, I think it just looks really, really nice. It's a wagon, right? This is the Drift and Brake. Nice wagon with a very nice orange color. And look at the details here, right? With the hood, there's the exposed engine behind the blue plastic, and look at the chrome interior beneath the blue. That's so cool. I mean, other brands, they don't really do this because, I mean, it's a fantasy casting, right? There's some exposed, I don't know if that's the engine, but some vents, right? Really nice fantasy casting. And the back is just clear plastic. Really cool. And this is one fantasy casting that I don't know if people really like it, but I really like it. Right? It's just a wagon that looks really, really futuristic. Actually, looks like something that came out of a sci-fi movie. Really nice. Next one is actually the Formula E race car. I don't really watch Formula E. I mean, I only know of Formula 1. But Formula E is the EV version of that. So I don't know if that makes them faster or slower. Probably faster, right? So yeah, really nice, right? It has the McLaren decals, right? And some of the sponsors, Udemy. Really nice, just something different, something that I saw on the packs, and I really just had to have. Nice wheels in gold. Yeah, so the Formula E race car. It's really quite different, right? The low profile. I think they did the casting quite well. Okay, now into the Batmobile. I mean, I like Batman. And the Batmobile is again something different, something cool. This one in red with some very nice coloring and detail, right? That's really quite nice. And look at the arc, right, on the front and back windscreens. Really interesting, and the details carry on around the car. Looking at the back, right? Just really cool, right? The Batmobile. Although I never thought that the Batmobile would be red, but I think yeah, it's just really an interesting casting. I don't know if the Hot Wheels came out with this by themselves or they took reference from the comics. Probably they did look at the comics, but nevertheless, really nice. Now another fantasy casting. I think this is called a salt shaker. Right, the salt shaker. Again, it looks like a dragster fantasy casting with two rockets at the back. I think I like rockets, right? The rockets at the back. And the transparent top as well. So it's very similar to the power rocket, right? With the two rockets at the back and the transparency. Transparency is really cool. You can see into the interior. Some very nice decals at the side as well. So it looks fast, right? You know, the front looks like the Formula E, right? And the back with the two rocket engines just looks fast. There's something out of someone's imagination, which is really cool, right? I like that. So that's the salt shaker. Next one, another very, very interesting casting, which is the Decidedly Go. It's basically an 8-ball put onto a car. It's actually, I think, the most ridiculous casting that I have. But it's so interesting. Like, why would anyone put an 8-ball on a car and just call it a day, right? I think a lot of people don't really like this, but I like it. I think it's very funny. The small engine poking out at the front, and the 8-ball, and with the transparent bottom, and you can actually ask it questions, right? So it says yes. You can ask another question right now. What does it say? It says reply hazy, and that's just really cool. I think there's like 6 different responses. What does it say right now? Most? Is that most definitely? Okay, just flip. But yeah, nevertheless, very, very nice, very, very funny, very, very interesting. I mean, it's a car that you can just put on your desk and ask it questions. It's a fortune teller, right? So definitely very, very unique and quite slept on. I mean, it's a very polarizing car, right? You really either you like it or you really dislike it. But I like it. I think it's cool. It's very creative. Okay, just moving on to another Batmobile. I think Yeah, I just like Batmobiles. I just think they look very cool. This one in particular is quite detailed. You can look at the headlights, right? The headlights really cool. The exposed engine at the front just looks really mean. It looks and the size as well. It kind of looks organic, which is a little strange, right? Look at the sides, the exposed engines and vents. Right, it looks kind of looks organic rather than mechanical, and the windscreen, it's blue, so a pop of color. Look at the back, another pop of color, right, with the detailed tail lights, which I really like. I think this is one of the better Batmobiles. So yeah, it looks super mean, mechanical, but organic as well, right? Which is, you know, what Batman is. So really nice. And now moving on to this one, the Lamborghini Miura. Really cool vintage Lamborghini with the gold rims, the red, and nice details as well, right? If you look at the headlights, nicely painted, nice logo. At the back as well, you can see very nice details, right? So I think this was well done, with nice details for the front and the back. Just a nice casting in general, and when you do the details well, then obviously this is a very nice casting. Right, so the Lamborghini Miura. And the next one is actually the Hirohata Merc, some sort of Japanese car. I'm not sure, but I just think it looks really unique, right? With the back wheels are sort of hidden, partially, and the front as well. Look at the dimples. Like, I've not really seen those. And the chrome interior, nice headlights as well, nice headlight details, which I'm a sucker for. So it's really quite cool. I mean, the back, there's not much detail, but that's okay because it's so unique, and a nice purple, the Hirohata Merc. Really nice, very nice style. I don't know what do you call this, like a lowrider? Yeah, just very beautiful actually. For another race car, right? This is the Pagani Utopia. Very nice. If you look at the paint, it's like a shiny, shimmery sort of blue, and the number of windows, right? The sunroof, the back, so many windows, but it all works, right? The interior, there's also blue. Nice headlight details. Right, nice paint job on the headlights. The gold wheels. The back, it's okay. The Utopia at the back. Yeah. It's really nice, slick casting, right? It's a nice supercar, low profile kind of look. It's really cool. Next one, the most chunky. If you just compare the Pagani to this one, this is the Chevy Blazer, right? super chunky. I really like this one. So chunky, so tall, super raised with the chrome bottom, right? Humongous wheels, right? Nice gold wheels, really nice, with nice deco, chrome front, and the Chevrolet at the back. Really nice blazer. You get some tools at the top as well, and the empty bag. It's really chunky, very detailed. Just a very nice 1:64 replication. Very nice, very substantial. I like that. And the last Batmobile of the three, right? So I have the other two Batmobiles. One is red, one is black, and one is blue. This one, very sleek, right? Very sleek Batmobile. You can see nice details at the front. Very shiny, very shimmery blue, right? Nice blue wheels. And I really like the sides. The sides, it's behind the grills. You can see the chrome, the vents. Really quite nice. All right, the wheels, some nice details around the wheels. The back, nice sculpt. It's all blue, but it's still nice. Some silver over here. It's a very it kind of looks like it's from a comic book, but yeah. So 3 different Batmobiles. There's like a lowrider. It looks the most sort of close to reality. Yeah, but all actually really interesting. Really sparks your imagination, which I think is really the gift that Hot Wheels can give to the world, right? And the next one is the custom Volkswagen, like a van. I think this custom that they did is so weird but very cool at the same time. So nice details at the front. Look at how the van actually swoops at the back, right, into a kind of, it narrows towards the back. That's so interesting, right? And look at the diffuser at the bottom. I mean, it's really imaginative, right? Even for a custom. And there's a nice weight, right, for a casting. And yeah, I think if you're into Volkswagen vans, it's a really cool one, right? With a very imaginative custom that is done to it, right? Really like it. Another ridiculous casting is the, I don't know what you call it, piece of jello. Yeah, the dessert drifter. So ridiculous. You can see the tiny guy inside the jello. He's just like thinking what is happening. But yeah, very funny. It looks delicious. Lemon flavored. Really just what is happening here. Another another casting with the side exhaust. Right, really cool with the wing or the spoiler, because you have to keep the speed down. You have to keep the stability on this piece of jello, right? So really very funny. Look at the guy inside. It's just a funny casting. It's probably not popular, so you can probably get it if you want, right? I think it's good for the kids. And the final fantasy casting that I'll show is the Mad Fast, because it looks super fast. It just looks it's a drag racer. Obviously the guy in the driver's seat, he cannot steer, because this engine is blocking his view, right? This engine is totally obstructing his view, so he can only go straight, but that's okay. Just it looks super fast, that super streamlined sort of design, the side exhaust, nice blue windscreen as well, with the parachute at the back, right? Really cool, really nice. Nice burgundy color, with the Mad Fast, right? And the last casting in my Hot Wheels collection so far, and also maybe one of my favorites. I think that's an unpopular opinion, but this is so detailed. This is the Volvo Drift Wagon, another wagon, right? Well, this is a fantasy wagon, but this Volvo is so nice. It's look at the sky roof. You can see all the chrome interior, the details inside, and there's so many things to look at. And the sides as well. Everything is there for you to see, right? Behind the plastic, there's plastic all over here, over the top. You can see everything so nicely. Very detailed decals. The Michelin, the 240, the nice hood details as well, the exposed engine. Nice plastic headlights. Look at the plastic headlights, right? So nice. The sides with a bit of the exposed chrome details as well. Like, it's so detailed. There's so many things to be looking at here. And look at the back as well. Look at the different colors on the back tail lights, and the number plate as well. So detailed. This thing is so detailed, and I think very severely underrated. Definitely, I think one of my top favorites in my collection so far of Hot Wheels. And I think yeah, so I think that's the end. I definitely have changed my views on Hot Wheels. I think they are really imaginative, very interesting. The fantasy casting, some can look kind of funky, but some of them are really nice. And they do sort of pop culture stuff as well. Some of the licensed castings, they do it actually really in a detailed way, that obviously other brands can do as well, but you know, Hot Wheels is just, they can do everything, right? So yeah, I think that's the end. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.